Today, I'm going to talk about background of MSc Berhad. MSc Berhad is the public limited liability company and was incorporated and domiciled in 1968 as Malaysia International Shipping Corporation Berhad. MSc Berhad is a world-leading provider of international energy-related maritime solutions and services. In September 2005, Malaysia International Shipping Corporation Berhad adopted its present corporate identity and changed its name to MSc Berhad. MSc Berhad is a specialist in energy transportation. The company headquarters is located at Menara Daya Bumi in Kuala Lumpur, Malaysia. According to my research, the company employs 8,600 employees from all over the world.
Now we proceed to the factor to consider the company to have segmental reporting. The first one is the nature of the product produced or service provided by the company. The operation of MSc Berhad for their product or services consists of gas assets and solution, petroleum and product shipping, offshore business, marine and heavy engineering, and maritime education and training. The second one is the nature of the process of the company to produce the products. According to the products or services of MSc Berhad, the company produces the gas and petroleum by supplying the products to the customer. The company also provides port management services and gives education and training about maritime to their customer. The third factor is the type of class of customer for the product or services provided. The main target of customer of the company is the customer that have an upper and medium of income. For the services provided, the company focus on the students or the beginners who want to know more about the maritime. The last factor is the method to distribute the product or services to the customer. The first one is the company deliver their product or services to the customer by using the physical delivery. Second, the company use platform to deliver their product or services by online. And the last one is they use various types of transportation such as air transportation and water transportation.
Next, we continue to the type of segment of MSc Berhad. The first segment is gas asset and solution. MSc is the supplier of the gas in the world and provide the solution for the gas industry. The second segment is petroleum and product shipping. MSc Berhad is the leading global tanker operators and a market leader in latrine operation for the ship-to-ship transfers. Third segment is offshore business. The offshore business offering customers a full scope of offshore floating facility services. The next segment is marine and heavy engineering. MSc Berhad provide marine repair, marine conversion and engineering, and construction works. MSc Berhad also provide other segment consists of integrated marine services, port and terminal services, maritime education and training, and other diversified businesses.
Next, we move to the part of Chief of Decision Making, CODM. CODM is not necessarily a person. It refers to a function which is to allocate resource and to assess the performance in segment reporting. The title of CODM is not relevant as long as it is the person who is responsible for making strategic decision about the segment. The member of MSc Berhad is Captain Rajalingam Subramaniam as President or CEO of MSc Berhad. Next, Pandai Othman as Managing Director and CEO of MHB. And the last one is Muhammad Dani Muhammad Isa as Managing Director and CEO of MMS. The responsibilities of CODM is to control all of the management of the company. Second, to develop strategy, goals and policy of the company. And the last one is responsible for operating, budgeting and reporting aspect of respective entity in the company.
Next, for your information to identify reportable and non-reportable segment, we have to go through a process. The process to identify reportable and non-reportable segment is based on MFRS 8. Based on MFRS 8, a particular product and service of entity is significant and considered as an identifiable business in which the entity operates, then it will be operated as a separate operating segment. Not every part of entity is necessarily an operating segment, or part of an operating segment must be reportable separately. They are only reportable if they exceed the quantitative threshold 10%. Two or more operating segments may be combined and reported as one if certain conditions are met. I would like to highlight that 10% threshold test consists the three bases, which are revenue basis, profit or loss basis, and asset basis. Revenue basis is total reported internal and external revenue over total revenue of all operating segments. Profit or loss basis, amount of segment reported profit or loss to the total asset of all operating segments. Asset basis, total asset basis are operating segment compared to total asset of all operating segments.
The next part is 75 threshold test. It is calculated by dividing the total external revenue by total external revenue for all operating segments.
I will present on about revenue percent threshold test. So what you can see here, there are 5 types of business segment of the entity. First, cash asset and solution show 31.93% is more than 10%. So it's considered as reportable. Second is petroleum and product shipping show 32.87%, which is more than 10%. Third is offshore business, which is still more than 10%, which is stood at 30.45%. Fourth is marine and heavy engineering, also higher than 10%, which stood at 11.63%. On the other hand, the other segment resulted in 3.12%, that is lower than 10%. From the 10% threshold test, we can conclude that gas asset and solution, petroleum and product shipping, offshore business, and marine and heavy engineering are categorized as reportable segment, while the other segment is not reportable segment category.
Based on the calculation, it showed that it's more than 75%. Therefore, the existence of reportable segments, which are gas asset and solution, petroleum and product shipping, offshore business, and marine and heavy engineering, will be considered as reportable segments. Company no need to identify additional segments in order to achieve the 75% threshold. Next, new segmental report is prepared with 4 reportable segment and 1 non-reportable segment. But MIC Berhad assumed that non-reportable segment is significant to the users of financial statement. The company will choose other segments which are integrated marine services, port and terminal services, maritime education and training, and other diversified businesses as reportable segment by applying the 75% test because the test meet the requirement needed.
In conclusion, operating segment also have pro and contra. One advantage is better predictor of profitability. It enables users of a financial statement to be better able to predict the future profitability of an organization. Particularly when assignment are involved in diverse activities, it also highlights performance of the broader part of an organization. Next, we look at disadvantages of segment reporting. The first is difficult in providing data, since the measurement problem may affect the feasibility of disclosing certain information it will be focused on. The second one is it will lead some costs being imposed on organizations, which management less likely to take business risks in particular segment. If risk segments view are available. The last one is disclosed costs, which are also included in the segment report. The first operating cost will be highest in terms of cost and collection processing.
Now I will explain about interim report, which is FAR570. So there is first basis of preparation. There is two methods of basis of preparation, which is integral method and discrete method. First, integral method is it takes view interim report is part of fraction in annual report. For this method, the function of interim report is predominantly to predict and explain financial information for the full financial year. Items are therefore recognized in interim period in basis of estimating of the total revenue and expenses and allocating them to the interim period accordingly. Next, discrete method. It takes view that each interim period should be treated as separate period. This method had advantage that the element in interim financial report are defined in the same way within annual report. So, for MISC Berhad, we conclude that they using integral method for the basis of preparation in their interim financial report. For accounting policies used in preparing the interim report, we find that there are two accounting policies that we want to describe, which is FAR570 Property, Plant and Equipment (PPE) and FAR538 Intangible Asset, which is IA. So first, FAR116 PPE, MISC Berhad use FAR116 to its property, plant and equipment. So the PPE which is used cost less accumulated depreciation and accumulated impairment losses. For the cost of property, plant and equipment includes expenditure that is directly attributable to the acquisition, borrowing, construction or production of a qualifying asset. The depreciation of other asset is calculated using the straight line method. So the subsequent costs are included in the asset carrying amount only when it is probable that the future economic benefit and the cost of item can be measured reliable. Next, the MFRS 138 Intangible Asset IA. The intangible asset in the MIC Berhad is goodwill. Goodwill acquired in business is initially measured at cost. Following the initial recognition, goodwill is measured at cost less any accumulated impairment losses. For intangible asset with finite life, amortized on a straight line basis over their estimate useful life and assessed for impairment whenever there is an indication to do so. Next, lastly, for intangible asset with an indefinite useful life are not amortized but tested for impairment annually or more frequently if there is indicator of impairment test.
So, there are 5 types of interim report, which are unaudited, condensed consolidated, statement of financial position, statement of comprehensive income, statement of financial position, statement of cash flows, and also statement of changes in equity. For MIC Berhad, they prepare their statement report quarterly, starting from 1st January until 31st December. MISC Berhad ends its accounting period annually, as on 31st December. Now, we are referring to the interim report of the 4th quarter, which starting from 1st September 2022 until 31st December 2022. As we can see, for the unaudited statement of financial position, 3 months. 3 months for reporting period for the current interim, which is starting from 1st September 2022 until 31st December 2022. And then 12 months. 12 months for the comparative end of year, which is starting from 1st January 2021 until 31st December 2021. As for unaudited income statement and other comprehensive income, 3 month reporting period for current interim, which is starting from 1st September 2022 until 31st December 2022. 12 months for cumulative year to end, which is starting from 1st January 2022 until 31st December 2022. 3 months for the comparative current interim, which is starting from 1st September 2021 until 31st December 2021. And lastly, 12-month reporting period for the comparative year to end, which is starting from 1st January 2021 until 31st December 2021. As for unaudited income statement and other comprehensive income, 3-month reporting period for current interim, which is starting from 1st September 2022 until 31st December 2022. 12-month for cumulative year to end, which is starting from 1st January 2022 until 31st December 2022. 3-month for the comparative current interim, which is starting from 1st September 2021 until 31st December 2021. And lastly, 12-month reporting period for the comparative year to end, which is starting from 1st January 2021 until 31st December 2021. And lastly, unaudited statement of changes in equity, 12-month for the reporting period for cumulative year to end, which is starting 1st January 2022 until 31st December 2022. And 12-month reporting period for comparative year to end, which is starting from 1st January 2021 until 31st December 2021.
For the adjustment, first, acquisition of investment, other property, plant and equipment. MISC Berhad acquired a 4-floor building for 50,000 million and incurred a legal cost of 2,000 million on 20 June. 3 of the floors are rented out at market rental of 6,000 ringgit per month, and 1 floor is used by MISC Berhad. The acquisition was financed by issuing 10 million ringgit new ordinary share. The fair value of the building as at 31 October was 12 million. The company has adopted the fair value model for the building, which qualifies as investment in property, plant and equipment. Before the adjustment, for the extract of statement of profit or loss for the quarter ended 31 December 2022, the other income was 61.1 million, while in the statement of financial position for the quarter ended 31 December 2022, for the non-current asset, which is other property, plant and equipment (PPE), was 1,803.8 million. For the cash deposit and bank balances under the current asset was 7,124 million. And lastly, for the share capital, which is equity, was 8,923.3 million. After the adjustment, first the statement of profit or loss for the quarter ended 31 December 2022. The other income before the adjustment, 61.1 million. We need to plus with rental income, which is 6,000 ringgit, multiply with 3 months because of quarterly, and will become 18,000. And for and plus with gain in fair value change, which is 2 million. And we got the other income after adjustment, which is 63 million point 118 for the statement for the financial position for the quarter ended 31 December 2022, under the non-current asset, which is other property, plant and equipment. So the value before the adjustment, which is 1,803.8 million, we need to plus with 12 million, which is the value of the new building. While for the current asset, which is cash deposit and bank balances, we need to the value we need to plus with rental income, which is 18,000, and the equity, which is share capital, we need to plus for the 10 million, which is the acquisition of ordinary share. Next, for the adjustment for depreciation, on 1 January 2022, MISC Berhad property, plant and equipment is costing 2,169.5 million, with its accumulated depreciation as at 1 January 2021 amounting to 2,091 million. The company depreciate all of its property, plant and equipment on a straight line basis over the expected useful life of 15 years of the asset. On 1 March 2022, MISC Berhad chose to sell one of its building with a carrying value of 500 million for a profit of 125 million. The building was initially purchased by the company at a cost of 650,000. On 30 June 2022, the company acquired a new building at a cost of 800 million. Before the adjustment, in the financial position for the quarter ended 31 December 2022, for the property, plant and equipment PPE under the non-current asset, the value of PPE which was 2,169.5 million. So we minus with accumulated depreciation, which is 2,091 million. So the carrying amount of PPE was 78.5 million. For the working, the total cost for the transition is 2,319.5 million, while the total accumulated depreciation was 1,464.195 million. So for the carrying amount as per June 2022, we must deduct the total cost with accumulated depreciation. For the carrying amount as per June 2022, the value was 855.305 million. So for the after adjustment, the extract of statement of profit or loss for the quarter ended 31 December 2022, the depreciation amount which is 23,165 million, and the financial position for the quarter ended 31 December 2022, for the non-current asset which is property, plant and equipment, the carrying amount is 855.305 million. That's all. Thank you.